That's a Media Alliance of Zimbabwe coordinator Nigel Kabila Nyamutumbu ending that report. It is 12:43 Central African Time, and you're listening to Africa Update.
Africa Update with Lulu Kabu, 12 to 1 p.m. Central African Time.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to arrive in Zambia this afternoon. She is scheduled to meet with President Hakainde Hichilema in Lusaka upon arrival, as well as with business and philanthropic leaders the following day. Reports suggest opposition party members will boycott the summit. Security measures in Lusaka could include extensive road closures and checkpoints and a visibly increased police presence in central and sensitive areas. Our Zambia correspondent Arthur Davis Sukopo joins us on the line. Arthur, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Good afternoon, thank you, and thanks for having me.
Arthur, Kamala Harris has a history with Zambia. Is there anticipation that she will visit the place her family lived in?
Yes, so as you have rightly pointed it, she is arriving this afternoon, and just probably about in the next maybe about 15-20 minutes, because her plane is supposed to land at 13 hours. So yes, Kamala Harris has got some roots in Zambia. She stayed in Zambia when she was young, until I think at the age of 9 years old. And in the last few days, there's been a house hunt. So they've been hunting for the house where she used to live, so that probably she could just maybe pass through there and just rekindle those childhood memories back here in Zambia. So just as you put it, after she arrives, she will of course go to meet the president. But before she meets the president, the president of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema, she will have to pass through Embassy Park. This is the burial site where former presidents or late presidents of Zambia have been buried, from the first president until the other one. So we've got 5 presidents that have died in Zambia. So she's going to pay her respects, then go to State House and then meet the president there, and then the program proceeds as such. So of course she's expected in Zambia in a few minutes.
Now, the Vice President of the U.S. faces anti-LGBTQ plus wave in Zambia, as it's one of the countries in Southern Africa that still has laws that criminalize homosexuality. Is the government ready for this?
The government, yes, I could say that they are ready. We have been seeing them patrolling, streets. You'd find riot vehicles passing through the streets, full with, police officers, just ensuring that, law and order is being observed. And we know that some members of the opposition have been so loud on this particular issue of, wanting to demonstrate immediately or before the vice president for the U.S. comes in, and they want to demonstrate on about 3 key issues. One of it is the LGBT issue, which they claim that Kamala Harris is coming to sort of propagate in a country which is called a Christian nation, Zambia. And the other thing is that they claim that democracy in the country is deteriorating by the day, and they are citing some of the meetings which they have been stopped by police to sort of go ahead with. Even the planned protest today, the police denied them to go ahead with that planned protest today. But we are yet to see if they will continue or they will listen to what the police would say. Yesterday we had an opposition leader again, Chilisa Tayali, who went to the American embassy and presented some of the issues which his party thought that President Kamala Harris should look at. And they even had placards saying that we don't want Kamala Harris in Zambia because America is not democratic. America has killed Saddam Hussein. America killed many people in the Middle East and of course in Africa and also. He protested yesterday. So we are seeing those some of those protests imminent, but police have issued a statement that they are equal to the task to deal with such unrest if at all they arise.
Now, Arthur, tell us about the opposition party's boycott of the summit.
Yes, so the opposition party, and I would point out the main opposition party, which is the Patriotic Front, the immediate past party in power. So they boycotted the summit, which was there on the 29th and the 30th, on the score that democracy is not there in Zambia. They are being stopped to have a meeting. They are being stopped, protesting. They have seen. They also point out certain, opposition political parties that have been blocked by police, even after, them doing all the necessary prerequisite aspects that allow them to sort of protest. So they boycotted that particular meeting, and they still want to protest when Kamala Harris comes, just to show that they are not pleased with what is happening in the country. And some of them are claiming that, America cannot teach Zambia about democracy because America itself is not so democratic, according to some of the opposition leaders, like I've mentioned, Achille Fatali, who runs the Equity Party in the country. So, but others attended that particular summit. I saw one from the Golden Party of Zambia attending that particular summit on democracy. So it is just a few others that attended, but others, of course, are stayed out from that particular summit and are not even part of the program which Kamala Harris is sort of like having and engaging with Zambians and, of course, other stakeholders in the country.
Arthur, definitely something to look forward to. But very quickly, you didn't mention whether they did eventually find the house that is now being looked for, where she spent some time with her family.
Exactly. According to a report this morning, we are told that they have found that particular house. And obviously it is one of those that is going to be fused in her program so that at least she could just maybe go and just visit the place, obviously. It is not yet clear whether there are people staying around, whether people staying in that particular house or maybe it has been turned into an office, because around the area where, she suggested that she was staying, some houses were sort of like demolished and big offices built there, and some others are still standing, but are being run as offices. So, but as of this morning, we are being informed that the house has been found. So it is one of those places that she will touch probably before she leaves. And later in the afternoon, obviously, she's going to have a press briefing at State House. And tomorrow as well, after meeting some stakeholders, she's going to have a press briefing. So we obviously are going to hear more and see more from that particular aspect and from her engagement in the country.
Arthur, thank you for your time this afternoon on Africa Update.
Thank you so much.
It's Arthur Davis Sukopo, our Zambia-based correspondent in Lusaka, ending that discussion. It is 12:51 Central African Time, and we say good afternoon to Msibudi Makura. What's coming up for the weekend?
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.